Hey everyone, welcome to the Explainer. So, if you are completely exhausted by those endless back and forth customer service messages and you just want to massively boost your Etsy shop's revenue, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're totally mastering personalized listings. We're going to build a seamless, practically automated experience for your buyers. Okay, let's dive into this mastery blueprint. We've got 6 key areas today: setting up personalization, exploring field types, decoding Etsy terminology, nailing your product photos, unlocking add-on pricing, and finally, rounding it all out with essential best practices. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, setting up personalization. This is really the mechanical foundation of our whole strategy. So actually turning this feature on is super straightforward, but you do need to know the exact click path. When you're creating a listing, you'll want to start right there in your shop manager. Then navigate over to Listings, find Item Options, and just hit Custom Options. Honestly, that simple little path unlocks the entire personalization suite. Now here's a number you absolutely need to remember: 5. 5 is your golden limit. You can only add up to 5 customization fields per listing, max. So imagine you're selling something like a wooden name plaque. You could perfectly maximize those precious slots by asking for, say, a name, a font style, a color, maybe a date, and a special message. Basically, you just have to be really strategic with how you use them.
Let's move to Section 2 and see how this builds. Exploring field types.
Okay, so the absolute most common option you're going to use is the text box. Let's say you're selling an engraved keychain. You create a text box and title it Name. But, and here is a massive pro tip for you, you really need to set a strict character limit, say 20 characters, and make sure that field is marked as required. This ensures your buyer doesn't try to write a whole literal novel that physically won't even fit on your product. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is just how cleanly you can capture distinct data points to build a really complex end product. Take a custom greeting card, for example. Here we use 3 totally separate fields, one specifically for the name, like Priya, one for the age, 25, and one for the message, Happy Birthday. The result? You get a flawless, multi-layered product built entirely from incredibly simple prompts. It's like a giant puzzle coming together seamlessly. Moving on, our next field type is the list of options. And let me tell you, this one is a real game changer for preventing buyer errors. Let's look at a customized sweatshirt. Instead of letting buyers just randomly type in what font or color they want, which, trust me, invites disastrous spelling errors or crazy requests for colors you don't even stock, you just give them predefined choices. They select font 2 and red from a drop-down menu. Bam! It completely removes all the guesswork and confusion. Next up, we have the file upload feature. And the limit here? 100 megabytes. To put that into perspective, that is a massive file size limit per upload. And get this, you can accept up to 10 files per order. This is absolutely perfect for an item like a pet photo locket. You can just instruct your buyers to upload bright, high-quality photos for both sides. And with a limit this high, you guarantee you're getting the resolution you need for a totally perfect engraving. But listen, absolutely none of this works if your instructions are vague. A bad instruction simply says, enter details. Honestly, that is a total recipe for a confused buyer. A good instruction is super exact. Something like, enter the name to appear on the front. Example, Emma. So the crucial point here is that providing crystal clear examples right there in the prompt is your absolute best defense against botched orders. All right, let's shift gears into Section 3, decoding Etsy terminology. First up on our vocab list is personalization. You're going to use this when the physical product itself remains completely static, but specific little details change. Take a coffee mug, right? The mug itself doesn't change shape or size, but the text printed on it, like Best Dad Amit, is what's customized. So things like name engravings, birthday messages, or choosing a thread color, all of those fall squarely under personalization. Now, variations, on the other hand, are used when the physical product itself fundamentally changes. So if you're selling a t-shirt and you're offering sizes like small, medium, large, or base colors like black, white, and blue, those are variations. Actually, let me emphasize this. You should never use personalization fields to ask a buyer for their t-shirt size. Keep physical product changes exclusively locked into the variations tool. And finally, we have the custom listing. This one is reserved for entirely unique, literally from scratch products. If a buyer messages you and says, "Hey, I want a wedding welcome board with specific golden flowers and an acrylic material that isn't even in your shop," you do not try to cram that into a standard personalization box. No way. You create a separate, entirely bespoke custom listing specifically for that one individual buyer.
Let's move on to the visual side of things in Section 4, Nailing Your Product Photos.
Okay, here is the absolute cardinal rule of Etsy thumbnails. Never, and I mean never, use a blank product or a digital placeholder that says your text here as your main image. Honestly, it just looks cheap. Your main image absolutely must show a beautiful, finished, personalized example. You gotta show them the dream, you know?
Let's break down this ultimate 5-photo strategy, and we'll use a name necklace as our example here. Every single image slot should be building buyer confidence. So photo 1 is your stunning finished necklace with a real name. Photo 2 clearly lists out all the available fonts. Photo 3 displays the available chain colors. Photo 4 shows off your beautiful packaging, so they know it's gift ready right out of the box. And photo 5, that's a macro close-up of the engraving quality. This visual structure literally answers every single question the buyer might have, way before they even read the description. Now for my favorite part, Section 5, Unlocking Add-on Pricing. This is absolutely huge. Let's look at a scenario with a sweater, where you offer an optional name embroidery. Say your base price is $30. In scenario 1, the buyer leaves that optional embroidery field completely empty, so they just pay the standard $30. But in scenario 2, they decide to enter the name Sarah. Automatically, a $5 add-on fee is applied, bringing their total to $35. And this brilliantly illustrates how add-on pricing for optional fields secures your base sales while effortlessly upselling customizations. And the best part? You don't have to lift a finger.
Now, there are some strict financial rules from Etsy here that we need to keep in mind. The add-on price has to be numeric, it's capped at a $500 equivalent maximum, and it has to start at a minimum of just 20 cents. Meaning, you could seamlessly charge a $2 add-on for a custom message printed inside a card. That instantly boosts your average order value with basically zero extra friction for the buyer.
All right, let's tie it all together in Section 6, Essential Best Practices.
To really wrap this all up, here is your definitive checklist for flawless listings. First, ask for exactly one detail per field. Next, always use exact examples in your instructions. Third, make sure to show your personalization options right there in your images. Fourth, use variations for physical changes, not personalization fields. And lastly, always show a real, fully finished product in your thumbnail.
So, I have to ask, are you leaving money on the table by ignoring add-on pricing and optimized personalization? Seriously, don't let clunky listings hold back your shop's full potential. Go audit your listings today, implement these structured fields, upgrade those photos, and for sure, turn on those add-on fees. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy selling.